Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is all going off at Old Trafford right now. Yes, that is because Rene Hack and Ruud van Nistelrooy, tra-la-la-la-la, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yeah, they are back at Old Trafford as Ten Hag's assistants and coaches. And Manchester United have also got the here we go on Joshua Zirkzee's move to Manchester United, and David Ornstein has given us updates on just when his medical is going down. So it's all popping off right now. Manchester United have got loads of plates spinning at the moment. There's talks linking Man United with Manuel Ugarte. There's talks linking Manchester United with Matthijs de Ligt. There's talks linking Manchester United with Jared Branthwaite and Lenny Yoro. And of course, Joshua Zirkzee, and that one is about to go down. We'll get stuck into all the latest news, including that official announcement from Manchester United on Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rene Hack, and you guys get your thoughts in those comments below as well. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, you're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing as well. Keep it locked to the channel, and yes, it's going off. Right then, where should we start? Let's start with the official news from Manchester United on Rene Hack and Ruud van Nistelrooy. They are Manchester United, and the coach. Let me put my teeth in. It basically says Manchester United statement: United refreshes coaching staff. Manchester United has appointed Rene Hack and Ruud van Nistelrooy as assistant managers of the men's first team to work under Erik ten Hag until June 2026. Erik ten Hag, first team manager, said, "I am delighted that Rene and Ruud have agreed to join our project, adding a wealth of experience, knowledge and new energy to the staff. Now is a good time to refresh the coaching team as we look to build on the achievements of the past 2 years and push to the next level." Dan Ashworth said, "Together with Erik, we are working to strengthen all areas of our men's first team operations, and refreshing the coaching staff is an important part of that. It's a particular pleasure to welcome Ruud back to the club where he enjoyed so much success as a player, and I know that he and Rene will help reinforce the winning mentality and high standards we are aiming for." Steve McLaren and Darren Fletcher remain key parts of the staff as senior first team coach and first team coach respectively, and Mitchell van der Gaag and Benny McCarthy have left the club. Ten Hag added, "Mitchell has decided that now is the right time for him to pursue his own ambitions in a number one position. I want to pay tribute to his fantastic service over the past 2 years and also to Benny for his important contributions. We send them our thanks and best wishes for the future." So that is what's happening in relations to the coaching staff. Ruud van Nistelrooy is in, Rene Hack is in as well. Then, as I said, we also got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano on Joshua Zirkzee to Manchester United. It was an exclusive from Fabrizio Romano, and he said Man United will not trigger the release clause but pay slightly above €40 million with payment terms over 3 years. So if we paid the release clause, Manchester United would have had to pay 40 million but straight up front. So it would have been 34 million in one bulk payment, because that's the release clause. But because they've agreed a deal that's outside the release clause and is a little bit more, it's paid over 3 years in better terms for Manchester United, and that some of those could be bonuses and things like that as well. So Manchester United seemingly getting a better deal, one that allowed them as well to spend more money this summer and kick in some of the payments for these ones down the road. Zirkzee signs until June 2029 with an option for a further season. So he signed a contract for 5 years with an option for an extra season, and he's the first signing of the Ineos new era. So that's Joshua Zirkzee coming to Manchester United. And then we heard from David Ornstein as well in relation to his medical, and I'll just open that one up now. It says Joshua Zirkzee to undergo Manchester United medical on Friday ahead of €42.5 million transfer. 42.5 million is the fee that David Ornstein's saying. And he says Joshua Zirkzee will undergo a Manchester United medical on Friday ahead of his proposed transfer from Bologna. With the Netherlands eliminated from the European Championships following Wednesday's 2-1 defeat by England, Zirkzee will fly to the UK on Thursday evening ahead of his medical. United have not triggered the €40 million release clause in Zirkzee's contract, but will instead pay 42.5 million and stagger the payments to Bologna over a 3-year period. Had United triggered the clause, they would have had to pay all in full. Zirkzee will sign a 5-year contract with United as reported by The Athletic on Tuesday, and that deal will contain an option for a further 12 months as well. United prioritised the arrival of a forward this summer after the Anthony Martial left the club upon the don't make me cry. On the expiration of his contract, which had left Rasmus Højlund as the only recognised central striker in Erik ten Hag's squad. Now, we've heard a lot of talk about Rasmus Højlund, and I've seen some people saying, what does this mean for Højlund? If I was Højlund, I'd feel this type of way, that type of way. Manchester United should be having 2 or 3 strikers minimum. There should be competition in places. We haven't got any other strikers. It's the reason that we've seen us have emergency loans, God love them, of likes of Odion Ighalo and Wout Weghorst. Moves that Manchester United should never ever be making, but we're forced to. We should be having a number of players in each position in the squad to boost competition and to protect us against injury and over-reliance on one player. There's nothing wrong with that. Man City have Haaland and Alvarez. You have to have competition. You have to. It's as simple as that. It goes on to say United view Zirkzee as having a complementary skill set to Højlund and being capable of strengthening their range of possibilities up front. Zirkzee joined Bayern Munich's youth system from Feyenoord in 2017 and made 17 first-team appearances for the German club, scoring 4 goals. The forward had loan spells at Parma and Anderlecht, scoring 18 goals at the Belgian club in the 21-22 season, earning himself a permanent transfer to Bologna at the end of that campaign. The Dutchman finished the 23-24 season as Bologna's top scorer, netting 11 goals and providing 5 assists as he played a key role in helping the Italian club to secure a berth in the Champions League group stage for the first time since 63-64 season. He also won some individual accolades last season as well. Serie A Young Player of the Year, I think it was. And he went on to have a really good season. And you look at his abilities, like, I'll be honest, about 2 months ago, he wasn't really on my radar. I don't make a habit of watching Bologna. But you know, having caught up on him and have a look at what he's good at, and again, this is just on highlights and things like that, his ability to like dribble, you know, to beat the press, when defenders are trying to press him high, just turn out of those positions, bring others into play. He looks really good. He's got some silky skills, so he looks like a player that, if he can play to his best and to his potential, could be one that excites Manchester United fans. But obviously, you got the step up from Serie A to the Premier League, the differences that will bring as well. So he has to cope with all of that. And of course, playing for Manchester United, playing for a club as big as Manchester United, it brings different pressures with it too. Fingers crossed he can rise to all of that. And Manchester United, with the likes of René Hack and Ruud van Nistelrooy, can create an environment for these players, obviously along with Ineos and all those people that they've brought into the staff, can create an environment where players like this flourish. Because far too often, and I mentioned Anthony Martial earlier, fantastically talented player that I believe, you look at the way his story was, and of course you can take some personal responsibility and take some, and I think injuries played a part in it as well. But also, you look at that and we failed to develop a very, very talented player. You know, when you look at the way we were chopping and changing managers of all sorts of different styles, our transfer policy around the time, bringing Alexis Sanchez in when he was absolutely flying, made no sense. Manchester United have to learn from past failures and ensure that we're developing these talents and giving them the best opportunity to become the best versions of themselves and hopefully propel Manchester United to success. Anyway, let us know what you think in those comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. Keep it locked. It's all going off at Manchester United, and if anything else happens, I'll be here to fill you in on that. Keep it locked. I'll see you soon.